The CW is coming out with a new show called Rain, and in their pilot, they decided to cut out this one scene that involved a female character masturbating. So it kind of begs the question, why is it that masturbation is this big taboo in shows that include a lot of sexual content? Now, the show actually does include the girl having sex with the King of France, and it includes a decapitated head and a bunch of violence and lots of other sexual content, but for some reason, that one little snippet of this one girl masturbating did not make the final cut. They decided to take it out. So people are wondering, and they're asking the question, what is it about masturbation that makes us all kind of cringe, especially when it has to do with female masturbation?
Now, I originally thought that it was male masturbation that they took out because they were worried that they were going to be making it rain. Ugh. Rain? Okay, all right. Anyway.
By the way, making it rain is like tossing money. Like, make it rain.
I think you just proved my point with that hand gesture there. Okay.
No, I was flipping the hun.
I know. Yeah.
Just get out of here.
All right. Rain as in REIGN is the name of the show, of course.
Right.
Anyway, look, in all seriousness, there's this conversation about whether it's because they want to suppress women's sexuality. And so if you're having sex and they kept a scene where the king, who's a grown man, is having sex with a teenage girl, the one that was masturbating. Mm-hmm. Like, that's kosher, right? Because at least it's sex and, the girl wants something, which is power or whatever it is. But the idea of just expressing her sexuality, they say, seems too forbidden. But I don't think that's what it is.
What do you think it is?
I think that masturbation is a bigger taboo than sex.
Why?
Like, not in the real world, like people do it.
Do they?
I don't know if you knew that, right? But in acceptable society, in like what you're allowed to portray, right? Mm-hmm. I think they're just more creeped out by it. I think we're not as used to it. We see like sex, we get it, right? Boom, that's sex. Everybody understands it exists. There's a need for it. There's a necessity. There's a drive for it. Although of course there's a drive for masturbation as well. But like masturbation makes people uncomfortable. Like sex can be hot. Mm-hmm. Masturbation is, see, it's weird here because they cut it because it's a woman's scene. Because a masturbating woman is hot. A masturbating guy is super creepy. Do you see what I'm saying? Maybe. I mean, when I think of masturbation, I think of procrastination, right? But no, listen, both feel really, really good when you're doing it, but at the end you're fucking yourself. Oh! Right? No, please. These are like the kind of jokes that they had in like door class.
I know.
Okay.
All right, look, let's get back to the serious conversation here.
Okay. You're the worst. Keep it going.
Anyway, I think that it really has to do with this notion that women aren't really like these overly sexual creatures, that it's always men that want the sex, women are always the gatekeepers, they're usually the modest ones. I think people feel really uncomfortable at the thought of a woman pleasuring herself.
I don't
and
agree.
Being sexually driven. I do agree with that. I do agree with that because how many times have we seen men masturbate in movies and TV shows? And
really?
American Pie. That was all about male masturbation. How many times did he masturbate?
That's a good point.
Exactly.
But
no one ever said anything. That was a funny movie. Oh, look at how he wants to masturbate.
I know, but it's funny because it makes us uncomfortable, right? Whereas, like, a woman masturbating doesn't make you uncomfortable except in your pants.
No, it might make you uncomfortable in your pants, right? But you are an exception to the rule. I think that if you look at society as a whole, they feel uncomfortable. Look, that episode of Girls, the character Marnie was masturbating, and then there was this huge uproar about that because they're like, oh, that went too far, that show goes too far, why do they have to show the girl masturbating? And I was like, but this is just an illustration of what happens to most girls and most women. Everyone does it.
Maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe it's an age thing. I think that I'd be shocked if people my age and younger thought it wasn't hot. Like, I feel like everybody I know that's, like, from my perspective, and I'm admitting it's from my perspective, people I know, younger, etc., think like a woman masturbating. That sounds awesome. Right?
I know, but you're also in your uber liberal bubble, and
yeah. Believe me, the conservative guys in Mississippi, they fucking love it. Okay, like they might not admit it, but they love it. Okay, but maybe for the older generation, maybe that's some sort of like unbelievable taboo, and I just can't get into their mindset. And maybe it's a taboo because of what you said. Maybe they feel like, oh no, that's untoward.
Yeah.
That a woman isn't supposed to be like that. Of course, a man is full of desire and raw sexuality, but he's a man. A woman isn't supposed to be that. She's supposed to be taken. She's not supposed to want it. For people in our situation, younger generation, etc. A woman sneaking off to masturbate is definitely hot. A guy sneaking off to masturbate is definitely creepy.
And this is coming from a straight guy, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, you're a straight guy. Of course you're going to think that.
Right, but I feel like I'm alone here. I'm not alone, am I? Like, isn't that like common, like, I don't know, Amir, etc.? Like, does anybody think like, oh, a guy goes off to masturbate in the corner, oh, that's fucking hot? Nobody thinks that, right?
You're also not thinking about the demographic that CW is trying to attract, right?
Uh-huh.
They're not looking to attract, men of a certain age. They're looking to attract women, like women and girls. That's the demographic that typically watches these shows on CW. So do women and girls want to see some girl or woman masturbating in a TV show? Like, they might be turned off by that. So that could be another element.
I can't believe it. I got to get some love out of the control room. Or disagreement, leaving to die, but that's all right. Control room, thoughts?
No, I don't think so. I think a guy diddling is a lot different than a girl doing it. I don't know, just like the whole act in its own.
Yeah.
What's better? What do you find more awkward?
A guy, but I mean, I am a guy. Like a girl, it's just like, it's cleaner, I feel. It doesn't require like this entire motion like that.
Oh, that's the motion.
Oh, so by the way,
it's just much more sensual when like a girl does. Like I can't like jerk off like all sensual and stuff. It's like aggressive and like.
I'm so glad I went to the control room. I'm so glad. Okay, we got so many great things out of that. Number one great thing we got was Mark trying to sneak out of the shot, like, please don't involve me in this conversation. Please don't involve me. Okay, like leaning away from the mark.
And then we found out about Amir's habits.
Yeah, and second of all, Amir made a lot of good points in there. Okay, it's cleaner. Okay, and then third of all, well, props to Amir because he's like, they're making this motion. I'm like, Jesus, good for you, Amir.